I've said before, guys, I've tried to be real honest about the fact that I think Angel's more concerned about being an influencer, content creator, over being a better basketball player.
Did you see what Angel Reese just did? She dropped a dance video right before her game, getting everyone talking, only to completely fall apart on the court. Fans expected their star to shine, but instead, she vanished when it mattered most. The disappointment was real as Reese struggled all game, shooting just 4 of 10 and racking up 4 frustrating fouls. By the second half, she was practically invisible while her teammates stayed locked in. Missing easy layups and lacking energy, the big question remains, does she even take basketball seriously anymore?
But here we are. This is Angel Reese, the content creator side, I guess. Right? Once again, it's pretty clear basketball is her top priority. I cannot imagine how anybody could view this athlete in any other way. It's clear basketball is front and foremost in her mind at all times. Right? Question mark?
If basketball were her top priority, she wouldn't have posted that video. It's not just her moves that had everyone talking, it's the timing. At exactly 11:50 a.m. on game day, just hours before a crucial matchup, Angel Reese chose to showcase her dance skills instead of locking in on the competition. That decision raises a serious question. Where do her priorities really lie?
All right, here we go. This is her. This is Angel dancing, I guess. It says game day mood, so I'm taking it. I would assume this would have been posted. It's 11:50 a.m., so I'm assuming this would have been posted prior to getting the absolute shit beat out of them the other day by the Mist. I'm talking about the Rose BC. Surely they wouldn't have. Look, the moment you lost, you might have took this down because she had a god-awful game, but okay.
Look deeper, and it gets even more concerning. This wasn't some quick, spontaneous clip filmed in 5 minutes. It was a fully choreographed routine that clearly took serious practice time. While her teammates were grinding in the gym, perfecting their shots and studying game strategy, Angel is busy rehearsing dance moves for social media. It's like a quarterback practicing TikTok dances instead of breaking down film before the Super Bowl. At some point, you have to ask, where's the focus?
Here we go. Let's check it out. That's right. Let me turn this down. I'm not fitting to get a copyright. It's clear. I think it's clear to all of us that basketball is obviously at the forefront of everything that she does. I'm going to let it play again. There we go. Yeah, break it down.
The numbers tell a damning story. One Angel Reese probably doesn't want you to hear. When we examined her performance stats, her shooting percentage dropped by a staggering 15% in games following her dance video posts. At the professional level, that's the difference between making the playoffs or watching from home. And this isn't a one-time fluke, it's a pattern. Post a dance video, and her shooting percentage plummets. The correlation is too strong to ignore. Coincidence? Or a clear sign of misplaced priorities?
I'm not sure why she doesn't embrace the celebrity-ness of it all. Just do it. You know, man, it just seems like you see one particular person out there that they always want to lump this one in with, will remain nameless, plays in Indiana. You just don't see this kind of crap, right?
This troubling trend of prioritizing social media over athletic performance hasn't gone unnoticed. Basketball veterans, former players who have been there and done that, are speaking out. They see athletes like Angel Reese seemingly placing personal branding above on-court achievement. And these aren't just random critics. These are respected voices who know exactly what it takes to succeed at the highest level. Maybe that's exactly what Angel wants. Her dance video racked up a staggering 2 million views, completely dwarfing the mere 200,000 views her basketball highlights received. The message is clear. Angel Reese, the social media personality, is becoming more valuable than Angel Reese, the basketball player.
Yeah, seriously. She does everything except play basketball, just this big sideshow. Literally an alien.
Angel Reese's actions on game day raise pressing concerns about her priorities, particularly in the context of a professional athlete's commitment to preparation and teamwork. While her teammates are in the gym refining their mechanics and reviewing game film, Angel is dedicating valuable time to rehearsing and recording choreographed dance videos, an endeavor that is entirely disconnected from the task at hand. It is not the mere existence of outside interests that is troubling. Many elite athletes cultivate passions beyond their sport, but the deliberate timing and emphasis placed on them. There is a fundamental distinction between managing a brand and jeopardizing a team's success by diverting attention from what should be the primary focus. Game day is not an occasion for self-promotion but for strategic preparation, and yet, the optics of Angel's choices suggest a misalignment between individual ambition and team-oriented discipline. The footage from the game itself paints an even starker picture of this disconnect. In a pivotal moment early in the contest, her teammate Lexi Hull stood wide open under the basket, a clear and uncontested scoring opportunity that any seasoned player would instinctively capitalize on. Angel, however, made the baffling decision to turn away, choosing instead to force a highly contested shot against multiple defenders. The result? A missed basket that deprived her team of crucial points, an avoidable mistake that speaks volumes about her approach to the game. When analyzed frame by frame, the footage unmistakably captures Hull's desperate attempts to get Angel's attention, arms waving, positioning herself perfectly for an easy score, only to be ignored entirely. This moment was not an isolated lapse, but a recurring theme throughout the season, as further game analysis revealed a pattern of decision-making in which Angel routinely opted for difficult shots rather than making the correct basketball play by passing to an open teammate. The body language of her fellow players in the aftermath of these moments tells an equally damning story. Where there was once enthusiasm and encouragement, frustration and disillusionment took its place. Initially, teammates would still offer high fives and words of motivation, but as the game progressed and these self-serving tendencies persisted, their attitudes visibly shifted. Angel's unwillingness to embrace a team-first mentality became undeniable, culminating in a stark contrast between her individual play and the efforts of someone like Chelsea Gray, who single-handedly willed her team forward with a dominant 38-point performance. Unlike Angel, Gray consistently made the right reads, prioritized ball movement, and played with a sense of urgency that reflected a genuine desire to win. In contrast, Angel faded in the second half, contributing nothing offensively when her team needed her most. Even when she finally managed to score later in the game, the reaction from her teammates was telling. No celebration, no enthusiasm, just an indifferent return to defense, a silent acknowledgement of what they had come to expect. The final and perhaps most incriminating evidence of her detachment came in the locker room, where, rather than participating in post-game discussions with her team, Angel sat alone, engrossed in her phone, a physical manifestation of her separation from the collective effort. This behavior, however, may not be an anomaly, but part of a deeper pattern that has been evident long before she stepped onto a professional basketball court. A revelation from Angel's own podcast sheds light on behavioral tendencies that appear to have followed her throughout her life. As a child, she frequently called the police on her babysitters, not out of necessity, but simply because she did not want to be told what to do. The extent of this behavior became so problematic that her mother resorted to creating fake foster care paperwork in an attempt to instill discipline. While such antics may seem like childhood mischief on the surface, sports psychologists suggest that they reveal an underlying need for control and attention that has since evolved but never truly disappeared. The same defiant resistance to authority that manifested in her youth is now apparent in her interactions with teammates, coaches, and even reporters. Her dismissive attitude toward constructive criticism, her unwillingness to engage in team discussions, and her insistence on prioritizing personal image over collective success all point to a long-standing struggle with relinquishing control to a larger system. In this light, Angel Reese's decisions, both on and off the court, take on an entirely new meaning. They are not merely momentary lapses in judgment, but rather the continuation of a deeply ingrained behavioral pattern.